So at the end of the month, I like to do a overall picture of a big picture analysis of the indexes like the Qs, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow. However, today I'm only focusing on the NASDAQ because I had mentioned something about the Fibonacci that I wanted to revisit. Now, this was a incorrect analysis, and I want to show you why. I was showing how the Qs, the QQQ, if you plot the Fibonacci from the low of March last week, I was showing how if you plot it and you line it up with the top of last week's candle, it had an alignment significant level where the 38.2 was lining with the high of February, the 50% was lining up at this level, which is a significant level, and same likewise with the 61.8%. And how I was saying how this week it has to be a doji top candle, otherwise this Fibonacci analysis would be invalidated. Well, the mistake I made was that I was using the Qs for a long-term analysis. You cannot use the Q for on the weekly as far as Fibonacci's and long-term trends like McCullen oscillator, RSI. Big picture, you have to use the NASDAQ. So I'm going to go to the NASDAQ, the composite itself, and do the same analysis. Now I'm going to plot the Fibonacci at the low. And if you go up to this current level, you're almost at the high. Well, the 38.2 is almost at the high for February. However, if you move up to 11,800, this is close enough. What do you see? Well, you see the same perfect alignment. Okay, same perfect alignment with the QQQ from last week. However, it is with the NASDAQ for this week or for the coming week. So the target, I'm going to focus on the QQQ. I mean, on the NASDAQ, it's 11,800. So this is very important because if 11,800 would line up with the Fibonacci, you would expect the programs to start seeing that. I mean, the programs are all built on statistical analysis or technical analysis, and they see these things ahead. So let's just say 11,800 is a significant level, and therefore will the programs adjust to it? And let's see what it would look like if the programs do adjust to it, and it's all lining up. So this right here is obviously the end. I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer. So I want to draw that snippet. So let me see if that comes up. Here it is. Okay, so let's just use the blue pen. No, the red pen. So 11,800 is around this level right here. Okay. So what do you expect to see is that, and that's too high up there actually. 11,800 is, let's see what 11,800 is real quick. Actually, it is right there. Okay. So 11,800 is around right here. That's 11,800. So that's another 100 points away. So that means that Monday has to be a green candle. So let's go with a green candle on Monday. Green candle. Okay. So Monday you're gonna see a green candle. Something like that. Okay, so what happened on Tuesday? Tuesday has to be a doji top. The only way it will work is Tuesday is a doji top. So Tuesday is a doji top, meaning you have a tail up here, and you have something like that. Okay, so that's a doji top. And then Wednesday would be a red candle. It would be something like that. Let me get rid of something like that. A red, maybe not, yeah, something like that with the tail that penetrates um tail that penetrates the 5-day moving average. So the 5-day moving average would go up and be something like that. One, one, two, three, four, five, something like that. Okay, so it will line up the 5-day moving average, or 5-week in this case, because it's, oh no, 5-day. So the 5-day moving average will line up, and you can see that it is a significant, most of the times, um, it's gonna have support on the 5-day. So on the 5 days, so this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday will be a significant candle. Whether the candle will be a support candle, let's just assume that it's a support candle, because um, the bias is positive, so why not assume it's a support candle? So you have a support candle on on um, on Thursday, so it'd be a green. However, the tail is gonna be lower than the tail here. So then Friday would set up for a big red candle. Okay, so then you got the 5-day, you got the 5 day moving average going down. Okay, so this is then going into a negative territory, and then all the analysis will come out and say, oh look, it's a negative, we're gonna have a downturn, and then you know how it goes, more sellings beget more sellings, momentum shifts, and then all the technicians will come out and start doing analysis like this and that and all that stuff, all that analysis, right? So that to me is a logical technical analysis of what I think might happen next week. Let's see if that plays out. So what would it look like on the weekly? So on the weekly, if I go to the weekly chart, where is the weekly chart? Right here. Yeah. So yeah, so the weekly chart, if I get right, that has the Fibonacci retracement. So on the weekly charts, what you see, if you get a red candle, you have a doji top candle, something like that, right? Where it hits, wait, no, that doesn't look right. So that it has to hit, this right here is 11,800, so it has to hit that. So it'd be something like this. Yeah, it'd be something like that, which is a doji top candle. And you have the yellow line, the 5-week moving average would be like this. So then this would be at a point where it's going to be, a huge technical fighting for next week. So next week will either be support or not. So let's look at this and let's count how many candles there are. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24 candles since the rally. So let's just put one more um, green candle here to make it. Let's just say it bounced the next week, but it's a week bounce, right? And you got something like that, where the tail is lower. And then the 5-day moving average would be going flat. So now you have 25 candles. 25 candles are positive, and then the final one, the 26th candle, we start a downturn, right? So now you got 26 candle, this should line up with that, something like that. Maybe move that a little bit higher up here. I'm not going to redraw it, but this right here should line up. And now you got a downturn for September. So this would be 3 months of September, 3 weeks of September, which would put you at right about here, right? So yeah. So then September would be a negative month going into October. Probably, if I was to guess, the final week of September should be a green. It makes the most logical sense. So it will have this support line right here would be a solid support line. So then the final candle would be a green candle. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's the month of September. So that is what I am guessing or predicting based on forward-looking analysis. And this is how you do forward-looking analysis. You just kind of see things, um, from a technical perspective, right? Like here you got the McCullough oscillator, right? So you got this right here is green, then you start having red McCullough oscillator, right? Then the next one would be here. Then you got one going down here, and then you may have a green right here, like that, something like that. Or maybe this is another red. I don't know. I forget how the color lines up, but that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good. Makes sense on what potentially could happen. Potentially, right? So that's all you can do is just do a forward look and then potentially. And you just have it and see if it plays to that analysis. And if it doesn't, then you readjust your analysis. But, from a month to month analysis, this is what you do. So you can see the overall picture. Everything has been really, really positive. And this candle looks really, really big. And I mean, looks kind of similar to this candle, right? These two candles. So this one would be a correction candle, which is similar to this candle, right? And this candle is similar to this candle. And of course, this one recovers from the 5-week moving average. But this one, it rarely repeats. So why not breaks the 5-day or 5-week moving average to this significant level? And then you got support. Looks like a decent analysis to me. So that's my forward-looking analysis for next week or next month. And so I'll do another recording tomorrow for preparation for Monday option trading.